Ordinarily, I love these long August evenings. The splash of amber light that falls on the white dining room walls just before the separate shades of twilight take over. The medallion leaves that flutter their round ghost shadows. All day I'd listen to the white-throated sparrows in the woods behind our house. Their song resembles the Canadian national anthem, at least the opening bars. Summer was dying, but in pieces. We'd be eating outside if it weren't for the wasps. Good food, the company of a good friend. What more could one desire? But I kept thinking of Nora sitting on her square of pavement and holding up the piece of cardboard with the word goodness. And then I lost track of what Colin was saying. E equals mc squared. Energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. The tidiness of the equation raised my immediate suspicion. How can mass, this solid oak dining table for instance, have any connection with how fast light travels? They're two different things. Colin, who is a physicist, was patient with my objections. He took the linen napkin from his lap and stretched it taut across the top of his coffee cup. Then he took a cherry from the fruit bowl and placed it on the napkin, creating a small dimple. He tipped the cup slightly so that the cherry rotated round the surface of the napkin. He spoke of energy and mass, but already I had lost a critical filament of the argument. His coffee cup sloshing up onto the napkin and staining it, and thought how seldom in the last few years I had bothered with cloth napkins. Nobody except maybe Danielle Westerman does real napkins anymore. It was understood that modern professional women had better things to do with their time than launder linen. By now I had forgotten completely what the cherry, more than $4 a pound, represented and what the little dimple was supposed to be. Colin talked on, and Tom, who is a family physician and has a broad scientific background, seemed to be following. At least he was nodding his head appropriately. My mother-in-law Lois had politely excused herself and returned to her house next door. She would never miss the 10 o'clock news. Her watching of the 10 o'clock news helps the country of Canada to go forward. Christine and Natalie had long since drifted from the table, and I could hear the buzz and burst of TV noises in the den. Pet, our golden retriever, parked his shaggy self under the table, his whole dog body humming away against my foot. Sometimes in his dreams he groans, and sometimes he chortles with happiness. I found myself thinking about Marietta, Colin's wife, who had packed her bags a few months ago and moved to Calgary to be with another man. She claimed Colin was too wrapped up in his research and teaching to be a true partner.